Good evening, everybody. I'm Tom Guarino, the Public Affairs Manager for the City of Emeryville for PG&E. And I just wanted to take this opportunity to bring you up to date on our work on gas pipeline. It's called 105, the one on Hollis. We were here a few months ago to tell you about that. And a couple of changes, but and I also have a couple of colleagues, Nick Jordan, who's the engineer on the project, and Scott White, who's the project manager. But we did want to let you know that work actually has begun on the pipeline and its support system. It did commence on schedule. Mainly, it's what we've done so far is a lot of the support work, replacing valves, reinforcing some of the connector pipes to the pipeline in question, the distribution feeders, and their like. So there's been quite a bit of activity. But one question I think you might have is, why didn't we replace the pipe? And we did run into a few obstacles, and I'll do my best to explain it, and hopefully my colleagues can augment what has happened. And first of all, I can reassure you the pipeline is safe. But the obstacle that we ran into, we had to, a number of the businesses, including City Hall, Pixar, Bayer, California Oil, the restaurants, catering operation down the street, all require quite a bit of gas. And so the plan was to bring in compressed natural gas via vehicle so that we could keep the businesses, the city, others that are in need of natural gas to keep it flowing. And the problem that we ran into is we simply couldn't get enough of those resources for this particular project without jeopardizing some of those businesses I mentioned. Now, in the meantime, what we've done is we've lowered the pressure on the pipe to ensure that it is operating at a safe level. We've lowered it to 16% and at 121 pounds per square inch. Which is, to put it into perspective, since San Bruno is on everybody's mind, San Bruno was running towards 400 pounds a square inch. So this is about 25% of that particular level. Now, the pipe is still scheduled for replacement. We still intend to replace it. Right now, with the rainy season, it might be a little challenging, but once the weather cooperates, our intent at that time is to go back out there. We'll have to go through the permitting process once again. The pipeline replacement component is maybe 15-20% of the project. The other 80% of the project is, I guess I have to go home and leave it. So.
Okay, thank you.
No.
So, how long will it take? Just tell us how long will it take, Tom. Just tell us the time, Tom.
Saved by the bell. Now, so probably April, as soon as the weather alleviates and allows us to get back in there. I think it's an 8-week, is that right, gentlemen? 8-week project at that particular time. So,
okay.
And I'm not sure what the protocol is, but if you do have any questions for myself or my colleagues, we're happy to answer.
So when you say that you didn't have the resources to get the replacement completed on time, what does that mean? Does that mean that we'll have the compressed natural gas on site in April? Were we bumped because you were working someplace else on replacing the pipe? What exactly happened there, and what can we expect with the replacement? Why will it be different this time?
Well, I think it'll be different at that particular point. That's a good point. There's the capacity that we have right now in terms of the number of, this was really kind of unusual for the number of businesses that all had to be fed independently from vehicles, CNG vehicles. So it was more than we had at that particular point in time. I think what will be different is the planning, and these gentlemen can validate this, but the planning that we'll put into place is our existing inventory we'll have, and we're going to probably have to go outside and contract quite a few trucks outside of our resources in order to make that demand.
Okay.
That sound
That sounds right.
Okay.
This is Scott, who will be out there day to day as a project manager. Mm-hmm. Go ahead,
Just
Scott.
a general, that there would be, I believe, 7 semis, which would take just to cut that little section of pipe up. You'll have them positioned out through the city. This is one of the largest isolations we have in the whole Bay Area to do this. So to pull out our resources at this time in the winter, and everybody wanted to try to get not their particular projects, but we had projects we had to finish before the winter load. This one, we could not put together quick enough during the time frame that we had to comfortably follow through without, putting any kind of jeopardization on any other projects. So right now we have a devoted team, a devoted schedule, and devoted resources to do it in the second quarter of next year, which we won't be limited on the amount of time that we have to get it done before the winter load.
Kurt, actually, the second quarter works much better for a retail-oriented city.
Yes.
But the mind boggles here. You're telling me there's going to be 7 semis loaded with LNG on site? How are you going to position
They're
them?
not going to be on that site. They are secluded in different areas throughout the city of Emeryville.
I'm contemplating a fireball here. How close together are they going to be?
I would say 1.5 miles apart, 2 miles from each other.
The city is only 1
They'd have
mile
to be
square.
ringed.
Let's get a grip here, guys.
But I mean, at least 1 mile apart from each other, because of between our valves we have to feed your city.
7.
Yes, ma'am. 7. It's quite a complex system.
We use a lot of gas.
And tell us again about how safe LNG is.
Oh, it's extremely safe when it's regular. It's a low pressure. We're not at a high pressure compared to what a lot of people presume.
And you're going to disperse them. They won't all be clustered in one spot.
Absolutely not. No.
Very good.
No.
Very good. Thank you.
Any other questions? I guess you got off pretty easy, Tom.
We'll see you in April.
Okay.
April's good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.